Hello again from Sheffield, where we're continuing our journey through the little book of James, the Epistle of James. And today we're on chapter 2. Now, yesterday we saw how James challenges us to say that we mustn't just talk about our faith, it must impact how we live. Well, today James kicks off chapter 2 with a really difficult and very important challenge about how to put that in practice. He says we mustn't have favourites. You see, it's easy for us to like the person who's cool or good looking or cute, or the person who makes us feel good, or the people who are trendy in school or college or work. It's much more difficult to be nice and to become friends with the person who smells or the person who nobody else wants to sit next to. James challenges us to see each person as God sees them. Not as the world sees them, not as other people see them, but as God sees them. It was Rowan Williams, the former Archbishop of Canterbury, who said, "When you see another human being, you see someone who God takes seriously." We're called not to have favourites, to not see people as better than other people. So that's the first half of chapter 2. The second half of chapter 2, James goes back to his theme, this big theme. Look, unless you practice what you preach, your words don't mean very much at all. In fact, he actually uses really quite provocative language. He says, and I quote, faith without works is dead. Dead. So having faith and singing songs and going to church and reading all the right books and not just having one fish in the back of your car, but a whole aquarium, all of that is useless unless it impacts how you live. He says it 3 times. Verse 17, faith without works is dead. Verse 20, faith without works is useless. Verse 26, faith without deeds is dead. 3 times he hammers home this point, and to prove his point, he brings us back to what we saw in Hebrews, the story of Abraham and Isaac, and says, here you see, Abraham, about to give up his own son because God asked him to. Here you see the words and the deeds fuse. Abraham had words and deeds that lived out his faith in God, and that's our challenge, and that's really hard, to show our faith, not just in what we say, but in what we do. How we treat the person next to us who's giving us a hard time. How we treat somebody who swears at us or who hits us or who's violent toward us. How we treat someone who's been mean to us in some way. Today, my prayer for you and for me is that we wouldn't have favourites, that we'd find a way today to draw next to someone who's having a tough time and who perhaps is being ignored. But we'd also find a way to show our faith in practical ways. Whether it's a text message to somebody having a hard time, or an email or a letter or a card, or a phone call to somebody who we think needs cheering up and encouraging, or whether it's sticking £1 in a cup for a homeless person we walk past in the street. May God bless you, and may He help each of us find a way today to show our faith practically to somebody who needs to know that Jesus loves them. Have a great day. God bless you.